Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan. Welcome, guys. My name is Liaquat. If you guys are not familiar with my channel, please check out Roots of Knowledge. This series is dedicated to helping you guys out there who are lovers of the Arabic language and want to learn more advanced Arabic. So, this series is going to be good for you guys because you're going to learn vocab, you're going to learn like expressions, and al-Manflooti, the book that I've got on the screen here, you guys can access it in the comments below or the description below. This book is dedicated to helping you guys to be able to understand advanced expressions as well. Right, so that's something you guys want to do. And I always say this to you guys. The main thing is you guys need to start writing, write Arabic. And what I might do is, if some of you guys send me your writing, I can put it up on the screen and I can show everyone. I'm obviously can hide your name, and then I can correct it, right? Or how I would correct it. So, okay, let's carry on with this then. So we are now continuing, and he says al-Mawqif al-Khamis. So first of all, let's read this. He says, so first of all, let's try to make this a bit bigger. Okay, does it fit? Okay, so he says, الموقف الخامس قابلني في الطريق شاعر يحمل في يده طومارا كبيرا وكنت ذاهبا إلى موعد لا بد لي من الوفاء به فعرض علي أن يسمعني قصيدة من طريف شعره وأنا أعلم الناس بطريفه وتليده فاستعفيته بعد أن كاشفته بأمري فأبى فانتحيت به ناحية من الطريق فأنشأ يترنم بالقصيدة بيتا بيتا وأنا أشعر كأنما يجرعني السم قطرة قطرة. Right, so that's the poem. Let's zoom back into here then. Okay, right. Let's try to explain this poem as best as we can. Okay, so first of all, so he says al-Mawqif al-Khamis. Okay, so al-Mawqif al-Khamis. Mawqif means station, position, situation, right? Station. Al-Khamis, fifth. Yeah, so fifth station, fifth situation, like you would say. I mean, in English, it'll be like something like scenario. Yeah, surati hal, like you say in Urdu, surati hal. Al-Mawqif al-Khamis, the fifth station. قابلني قابل يقابل مقابلة, it means to meet. So it's from the word قابل, before. So قابل means that someone's right before you, right in front of you. So قابلني, met me. في الطريق, طريق, you guys should know what طريق is now. It means a road or a path. شاعر is a poet. Yeah, شاعر, poet. And شعر is poetry. And yeah, so you don't really use the verb like sha'ara. Sha'ir actually means someone who can feel. That's literally means shu'ur. Right, so the poet is called a poet because he can feel the language. He knows the impact the words and the sentences have on the listener. So he's like the feeler. Yahmilu, it means to carry. Okay, let me do this wrong. Okay, carry. Yahmilu. Fi yadihi, in his hand, tumar. Tumar is actually a scroll, like a long piece of paper wrapped up. Kabir, large. Okay, change color. وَكُنْتُ ذَاهِبًا. ذَاهِبًا meaning I was going. Now, you see over here, he says ذاهب, going, a goer. Sometimes you might find كُنْتُ أذهب. I was going ذاهبًا. I was actually going, like physically, I was moving, traveling, going. إلى موعد. موعد means appointment. Okay, appointment. موعد. موعد. Or from the word wa'ada, which means to promise. Right, so موعد is like the promised place. لا بد لي منها. لا بد means necessary. Right, so it was necessary. لي منها. like لا بد لي منها means that for me it was necessary. Al-wafa, to fulfill, right? To fulfill. فعرض. Okay, let me just zoom this in a bit. So فعرض علي. So wafa yafi. It means to fulfill. The person is a wafi, is a person who is someone who, like, literally fulfills things, does something you promise them, or they promise, they do it. You say this person's a wafi person. Wafa yafi. And in the Quran as well, if you know in the Quran where this word or its verbs are mentioned, put it in the comments below. So kuntu dhahiban, I was on my way to an appointment I had, la budda li, which was necessary, which I had to fulfill, meaning appointment, a promise that I had to go to. Right, so you can use this kind of sentence in your Arabic as well. I mean, you might not be used to using this kind of sentence. You might say something like كنت ذاهبا إلى موعد مهم. كنت ذاهب إلى موعد مهم. But this is a nicer way of saying it. موعد لا بد لي من الوفاء به. لا بد لي من الوفاء به. All right. And then he says فعرض. عرض means to come in my way. So عرض, to come in way. So when something comes in your way as an obstacle, you say aradali. This thing came like unexpectedly. It came in the way. Alayya. Arada alayya. And you have to use the word alayya after it. Arada alayya. However, arada alayya actually change that. Arada li is if it comes in my way. Yeah, arada li. Alright, that's li. If you say arada alayya, then actually that means presented to me. Yeah, so change that. Presented. Yeah. So arada alayya, he presented to me. Yeah, arada alayya. Or you can even in English just probably say he offered. He offered. Offer would be a nice word as well. Yeah, to offer. So he offered alayya, arada alayya. Okay, arada alayya. So that's the difference between the two. I would say definitely something like this, make sure you make a note of it, because it can make the difference between one translation and a different translation as well. All right, so arada alayya an yusmi'ani qasidatan. Yeah, an yusmi'ani qasidatan. So let me just change the color of this. Yusmi'ani, to make me hear. To make me hear. Yeah, so to make hear. Right, so in English we don't kind of use this. When you say he offered to read his poem to me. But in Arabic you can actually use the word yusmi'. So it's from the word sami'a, which means to hear, and you make someone else hear. I offered to make someone listen to my poetry, which sounds a bit strange in English. You would say, I offered to read my poetry to him. فَعَرَضَ عَلَيَّ, so he offered an yusmi'ani qasidatan. Qasida is another word for poem. Yeah, so it's like a larger collection of poems. Yeah, it's like a whole sort of imagine like a movie to a clip, right? So a movie is made up of lots of clips. Okay, so qasida is made up of lots of shi'rs, of baits, poems. So it's a qasida. Min tarifi shi'rihi. Okay, so an yusmi'ani. An yusmi'ani means, like we said, to make someone hear. So this is like probably a good expression to start using in Arabic. Instead of saying qara'tu darsi ala al-ustadh, you might want to say asma'tu ustadh darsi. Asma'tu, I made him hear. Okay, qasida min tarifi shi'rihi. So tarif, it means something which is like exquisite, like really good. Yeah, so really good. Exquisite, really good. You might say this is the tarif kalamihi, tarif shi'rihi, really good, high quality, شعره, like means poem, like we said. Right? وأنا أعلم. أعلم, I am more knowledgeable. Yeah, more ilm. Yeah, more aware. I am fully aware. I have like really good understanding. Yeah, knowledge, ilm. So it's like one of those kind of words that you're going to be using. A'lam, knowledgeable. You probably heard this as well. If you know in the Quran where it's used as well, a'lam, put it there. An-nas means people. Yeah, so people. بِطَرِيفِهِ وَتَلِيدِهِ. Tarif, again. So we done the word tarif before. Yeah, with its tarif, exquisite poetry. Talid. Talid is from the word, like from the word talid, which means like something that has been there from a long time ago. So classical. Something that is really sort of like ancient, classical, like legacy. You know, like let's say there's a famous, I don't know, like Van Gogh or maybe Michelangelo when they do like an amazing piece of art. That becomes their talid, the thing that has been passed down generation after generation. Yeah, talidihi. So this kind of statement that he makes over here, this is actually a bit sarcastic. And I am fully aware of his tarif and his talid poems. Yeah, so he was presenting to me, he says, this is my really top of the notch, the best poem that I'm coming out with. And he's saying, I fully know what you're talking about. I know your tarif and your talid poetry. No need for that. So ista'faytuhu. So a'fa yu'fi i'fa'an. Right, it's from the word to kind of forgive. Ista'fay is to request forgiveness, meaning to not have time. So if you want to say to him, ista'faytuhu, ista'fa also is used for like to kind of resign as well. So to request forgiveness for not being able to do something. In English, how would you say that in English then? Ista'faytuhu, I declined. Yeah, declined is probably the most easiest way to understand. Ista'fay. So if you come to me and you say to me, brother, you know, can you have a look at this work of mine? I say, look, sorry, afwan, but I can't do it. So I say, ista'faytu. Yeah, ista'faytu. So ista'fa, yusta'fi, isti'fan means that. Ba'da, so I declined after, and kashaftuhu, after kashafa yukashifu, it means to make someone aware. It's from the word kashaf, which means to become exposed. So after I made him aware, and I made exposed of my situation that I have to go to a maw'id la budda li min al-wafa bihi. Yeah, so kashaftuhu, kashafa yukashifu mukashafatan. Kashf, it means to expose. Bi amri, regarding my matter. Right, regarding my matter, this kind of word amr appears a lot in Arabic. And I think a lot of people struggle to try and translate it correctly. So kashaftu bi amri, I simply made him aware of my job or my business or what I'm actually gonna do. For Abba, he refused. Yeah, so the man refuses. Yeah, so he refused. Abba ya'ba. Right, so he refused. No, you have to listen to it. I don't care where you're going. Abba, and he said you have to listen to it. فانتحيت. So intaha yantahi intiha'an. It's from the word nahiya, noon, ha, ya, which means the side. Yeah, the side. Tanaha. Yatanaha. Yeah, yatanaha an al-makan, to go to one side. Yeah, so to side step. Yeah, side step. So fantahaytu. So therefore, what am I going to do? I couldn't really kind of do anything else. He was not going to listen. Fantahaytu bihi nahiyatan. So I went with him to one side. Nahiya means side. Taraf. Min al-tariq. Tariq means the road. Yeah, so I went intahaytu. Again, you might want to use this as well. Like, for example, let's say you're at the shop and you're paying for your groceries, and the person asks you, can you please step to one side? You say, okay, intahaytu nahiyatan. Intahaytu nahiyatan. Now don't get this confused. Intahaytu with a ha. That means to finish, like to end. Right? That's intiha. Yeah, intiha is different. Min al-tariq. فَأَنْشَأَ يَتَرَنَّمْ. أَنْشَأَ, he started. Yeah, he began. He started ترنم يترنم, it means to sing. Right, so he began to sing, yeah, melodiously. Tarneem, tarneem, ranama. Yeah, so he began to sing the poem بالقصيدة. Baytan, baytan. So baytan is actually a couplet. Yeah, so, you know, in a poem, I told you, a qasida is made up of baits, literally. So you have like poem, poem, and put them together, that's a bait. Yeah, so let's say, for example, if you see my poems on Imam Shafi'i, when it starts off, yeah, so he has the poem there, and there's a gap in between poem. That whole section is called a bait. All of this is a bait. That's literally what a bait is. So baytan, baytan. In Arabic, when you repeat a word twice, it can have different purposes. Over here, repeating a word twice has the meaning of each and every one by one, like we say. One by one. Now you might want to say قرأت كتابا كتابا. قرأت الموضوع كتابا كتابا. قرأت الصفحة حرفا حرفا. جلست مع الناس شخصا شخصا. That means I did it person by person. Yeah, so baytan, baytan. So ansha'a, he began to sing the poem baytan, baytan, poem by poem, bit by bit, couplet by couplet, one by one. Meaning taking his time. So this guy's like frustrated, he's got to go as well. Yeah, okay. وَأَنَا أَشْعُرُ, he says, وَأَنَا أَشْعُرُ. Okay, I need to make this a bit... let's put this over here. So he says, وَأَنَا أَشْعُرُ, أَشْعُرُ, feeling, كَأَنَّمَا, as though, يُجَرِّعُني, جَرَّعَ يُجَرِّعُ, it means to force someone to drink something. Force to drink. So in the Quran as well, Allah mentions this about the people of Jahannam. يَتَجَرَّعُهُ, يَتَجَرَّع means they will forcefully drink it themselves. But يُجَرِّعُني, it means when someone else, like a mother, like a child doesn't want medicine, so the mother forces the child to have the medicine. So he's saying this guy is like the forceful individual who is forcing me to drink sum, poison. Yeah, so sum is poison. Yeah, a sum. Qatratan, qatratan. Yeah, again. Qatratan, qatratan is like the bait one. Drop by drop. So normally when people are given poison, they drink it all in one go. But this guy is giving me drop by drop poison, and I have to, literally drink all of it. So that's it. Right, let's go through this then. Let's see what kind of expressions we can take out from this. Let me know if you guys enjoy this sort of method of explaining the words and how to use them. Because the main thing I think is you guys need to apply these. الموقف الخامس قابلني في الطريق شاعر. قابلني في الطريق شاعر can be, like we said, you might want to say لقيني في الطريق. استقبلني في الطريق. شاعر, a poet. يحمل في يده تمار. يحمل في يده. You might want to say, for example, something like قابلني صديقي في المدرسة يحمل في يده كتابا. يحمل في يده تمارا كبيرا. كتابا كبيرا. كنت ذاهبا إلى موعد لا بد لي من الوفاء به. كنت ماشيا إلى, you might want to say something like كنت ذاهبا إلى موعد. كنت ذاهب إلى موعد لا بد لي من الوفاء به. كنت أمشي إلى مكان لا بد أن أكون هناك. فعرض علي فأعطاني. عرض علي. أعطاني أو طلب. I'm trying to think what kind of word could we use over there. عرض علي. قدم أن يسمعني قصيدة. أن يقرأ علي قصيدة. من طريف شعره, from his exquisite poem. Yeah, and he says, أنا أعلم الناس. I am fully aware of his tarif and his dalid poems. Dalid mean like those kind of like really old classical, the ones poems that really took off. فاستعفيته. طلبت منه العفو. استعفيت بعد أن كاشفته. So you might want to use this as well. استعفيت صديقي بعد أن كاشفته بأمري. استعفيته عن الطعام معه. أبى شيطان أن يسجد لآدم. أبى فرعون أن يؤمن بالله. انتحيت به ناحية. Yes, again. انتحيت بزيد ناحية من الغرفة. انتحيت بالطالب ناحية في المدرسة. فأنشأ يترنم بالقصيدة. أنشأ يترنم. ترنمت زينب قصيدة جميلة. ترنمت, to sing, to melodiously say. بيتا يعني بيتا بعد بيت. So you might, like I said, you might want to say أكلت الكعك قطعة حتى شبعت. أنا أشعر كأنما يجرعني السم. أنا أشعر كأنما يجرعني الحليب. يجرعني الماء المالح. قطرة. So again, all of this is something that you guys can try. So let's try to maybe do a bit of Arabic now. So let's maybe have a little go. So for example, like I might say الموقف الخامس. نعم, الموقف الخامس يعني هذا هو الحالة الخامسة. الوقفة الخامسة. الصورة الخامسة. الحادثة الخامسة. قابلني في الطريق شاعر. لقيني في الطريق شاعر. قابل, لقي, استقبلني, صادفني, عرض لي. That's another one. So we talked about عرض. عرض لي في الطريق شاعر. يحمل, يمسك في يده, في أصابعه, تومارا, كتابا كبيرا. وكنت ذاهبا, كنت ماشيا, كنت في الطريق إلى موعد, إلى مكان أو إلى شخص وعدته. إلى موعد لا بد لي من الوفاء به. وهذا الموعد مهم جدا. يعني لازم أن أذهب إلى الموعد. لازم أن أكون في الموعد على الوقت. لازم أن أفي بالموعد. عرض علي فقدم لي أن يسمعني, أن يقرأ علي قصيدة من طريف شعره, من جميل شعره, من شعره الجميل. وأنا أعلم, ولكن الحقيقة أنا أعرف الناس. أنا أعرف من جميع الناس بجميل شعره وتليده وقديم شعره. فاستعفيته فطلبت منه العفو. قلت له لا أستطيع. استعفيته بعد أن كاشفته, بعد أن أظهرت له بأمري. فأبى, فأنكر, أنكر. فانتحيت به ناحية فتخطيت, فوقفت على جانب الطريق. So انتحيت به ناحية, وقفت على جانب الطريق معه. فأنشأ يترنم, بدأ يترنم, يتغنى بالقصيدة, يعني بالبطوء, يقرأ كل بيت. وأنا أشعر, وأنا أحس, وأقلق, كأنما يجرعني, كأنه يعني يسقيني قصرا, يسقيني جبرا, يسقيني إجبارا. السم القاتل. قطرة يعني بالبطوء, قطرة. Okay, that's that. Let's have a look at how we can possibly ask some questions now. Let's try to maybe ask some questions over here. So, okay, what kind of questions? So, number one. لماذا قابل الشاعر المنفلوطي؟ لماذا قابل الشاعر المنفلوطي? Why did the شاعر meet Manflooti? So give me an answer. What do you think? So you might want to say قابله لأنه أراد أن يعرض عليه قصيدته, yeah, أو يسمع قصيدته. So come out with something creative and answer. Okay, number 2. ما المراد من الموعد الذي لا بد من الوفاء؟ ما المراد من الموعد الذي لا بد من الوفاء? What's meant by a موعد that he has to do wafa of? What's meant by that? You might want to say المراد من الموعد هو عندما يعد الإنسان آخر أن يلتقي به في مكان ما فلازم عليه أن يحضر. Okay, number 3 is هل questions. كيف وجد الشاعر شعره? How did he find his own poem? So you can say استحسن شعره، وجد شعره حسنا طريفا، ظن أن شعره طريف. كيف رد عليه المنفلوطي؟ كيف رد عليه المنفلوطي؟ How did Manflooti respond to him? استعفاه بعد أن كاشفه بأمره. أين أسمع القصيدة؟ أين أسمع القصيدة؟ Where did he make him hear the قصيدة? So you might say أسمعه القصيدة في ناحية الطريق أو في جانب الطريق. ما معنى بيتا؟ What does it mean بيتا؟ بيتا معناه أن يقرأ الشعر بالبطوء ويوضح قراءة كل بيت. Okay, and finally, بماذا, now these questions are a bit hard. Let me know if you guys think they're a bit too hard. بماذا شبه المنفلوطي سماع شعره? So بماذا شبه? How did Manflooti compare his poetry, the poetry of that man? So you say شبهه مثل شخص يجرع يعني يسقي آخر غصبا رغما عن أنفه قطرة. And that's it, guys. So jazakumullah khair. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any sort of questions, please, I know this is quite long now, please leave it in the comments if you guys think I should make this shorter. And if you're finding this hard, maybe try out my other series, the easier series, the one that's more intermediate, the Sir al-Musafir one that we're doing at the moment. Alright guys, take care inshallah. Thank you to my patrons for all your support. If any of you guys want to become patrons and you guys think, you know what, I like the work that he does and I want to support him, then please check out my Patreon. You can become a monthly supporter. Whatever you give, even if it's £1, $1 a month, it all goes towards helping me to be able to make more videos. So thank you very much, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.